One of the biggest leadership problems today, especially in the context of Africa, is the problem of succession. You see, Dr. Miles Monroe once said that success without a successor is failure in disguise. You see, recently I took my car to the garage and he had a minor problem, and I expected that the apprentice there should be able to sort that out. And when I got there, his boss wasn't around, and he told me he couldn't do the job. And I was surprised. I was like, how long have you been here that you can't just do this minor issue? And he told me, well, he's been here for 6 months. And I said, what? You have not learned anything in the past 6 months? He said, well, his boss doesn't really teach him everything. And so I got curious, why doesn't your boss teach you everything? And I realized that a central theme there is that, so when they are working on a vehicle, for example, and they are sorting out the problem, and just when it's left, the masterpiece, the master thing you just turn, or a screw or a button you push so that everything can start working again. And that's when the boss sends him to, oh, go get me a wire, or go get me a spanner, or go get me something or that. And while he goes, and by the time he's returning, voila, it's a miracle. The vehicle is working, everything is solved, and he has not gotten to see exactly what the patron did there. And it's quite funny, because another one even told me, you have to be shrewd in this environment. And when the boss sends him, and when he notices that is exactly what the boss is about to do, he takes 3 steps and then he rushes back just to spy with the excuse, oh, what did you say again? What kind of wire exactly did you say I should take? And I thought for a moment that, why do we think that for us to remain a good leader, or for us to secure our position, we need to keep pushing the people around us down? And you see, that's a major leadership problem in the African context. This leadership problem is actually the result of deep-rooted misunderstandings of leadership or wrong beliefs. For example, we believe the leader is actually the one to know it all, you see, and therefore we feel we are supposed to suppress those around us from getting more knowledge, because we feel and we believe actually that if I'm the leader, I'm supposed to be the smartest in the room. But that's a wrong belief. Another belief is that we believe the more we are needed, it shows how important or successful we are as leaders. And therefore, we kind of create a very centralized system where everything revolves around the leader. And so if we are not there, the meeting can hold. If we are not there, the project can progress. And somehow in our absence, when things fail, and in our presence they succeed, we feel it means that we are good leaders, because when we are there, it actually works. But rather, on the contrary, because when you're needed and things can't work without you, then there is a big problem, because the truth is, you're not indispensable. Someday you're going to leave that position or leave the planet. What happens with whatsoever you've been building? What happens to your legacy? Another belief is that we believe that if we give everything to the people below us, they are going to grow and take our place. Mark that word, take our place, because this is one of a core beliefs, that they are going to grow and take our place. And therefore, in order to consolidate our position, we do everything in our power to keep pushing the people below us so they don't grow and, in quotes, take our place. The central theme you'll notice, or the common denominator to these beliefs and many others, is the word insecurity. Okay? Insecurity. And you'll surprise you, but if you're listening to me right now, you have a good measure of this in you. Actually, we all do, because our society is designed to threaten our security. So what's insecurity? Is obviously, if you get the word security, to feel safe, to feel assured, to feel certain of your position and where you're going. If you add the prefix in to it, and then insecurity, it means you're not sure of your position, you're not certain, you're anxious if you're going to keep that position for long. You see, you could be watching this and thinking, yeah, that's exactly this, or how that person behaves, or that person in power, that person in government. But the person you really should be focusing on right now is yourself. And it may not show now until you're given a position of leadership, a position of authority, and then boom, the ingredients are in place. But quickly, let's look at 5 steps to becoming a more secure leader. Quickly, number 1, you have to discover your purpose. You see, the foundation upon which successful leadership is built is purpose. So your reason for being, where you fit. Purpose precedes everything. No wonder Dr. Miles Monroe defined leadership as the capacity to influence others through inspiration, motivated by a passion, generated by a vision, produced by a conviction, and ignited by a purpose. And like you always say, you have to turn the list upside down. So you begin with purpose, you begin with the seed, you begin with the gift, you begin with the foundation. You see, when you know where you fit, you're not jealous or intimidated by another person, because purpose in its nature is unique and predestined. You don't choose it. You can only be contented in it. Then you have nothing to be anxious about. For example, in a football team, each player on the pitch has a unique and specific role to fit in. It would be stupid for the goalkeeper to be jealous of the striker and feel insecure when the striker's role has nothing to do with theirs. And moreover, they are on the same team, so it's in each player's best interest to help the other develop their gameplay to the maximum. And that's exactly how life is. We are all on the same team. So, number 1, you discover your purpose. Number 2, you have to change your beliefs. You see, these beliefs are transmitted to us right from home, beginning with our parents. Very subtly, very indirectly, when you begin to be smarter or let me say good in mathematics than your parents, or smarter in some area, and they can't admit or endorse you. They may be proud of you, but they don't say it. It's like if we say it, it means this child now has authority over us or something. So you have to change these beliefs. You see, no one can take your place. You're unique. You have to understand that purpose in its nature is unique, it's predestined, and so your place is secured. And also you have to understand that it's a big problem when you're too needed. We already looked at that. And a third belief you must correct is that you're not supposed to know it all. You see, the leader is not the person who knows it all, but you're supposed to at least know something, because at least you have a purpose, you have a gift. You're supposed to be good at something. You're supposed to be able to transfer something. That's your gift, that's your purpose, and that is enough. Once you master and you're good at something, you're fit to be a leader, because leadership is serving your gift to the world. A fourth belief, you have to think of success as parallel and independently interconnected, not linear. What I mean by this is we often feel success is something linear. So if my neighbor over there is succeeding, it means they are somehow indirectly or directly hampering my own success, and so I feel jealous, I feel insecure, and instead of celebrating with them, I kind of get mad and jealous and all of that. But if you think of parallel lines, you saw that in mathematics, and so their success is happening. It's independent of your own success happening, and it's independent of the next person's success happening. All of us can succeed at the same time because it's parallel. The third thing to become a secure leader is that you must remember that though the student can outshine the master, the student can never be greater than the master. I like to say you can never be taller than the ladder that helped you climb a building. Because if you were indeed taller, then you wouldn't have needed the ladder in the first place. You see, you can think about that. You can never be taller than the ladder that helped you climb a building. If you were taller, then you wouldn't have needed it in the first place. So the student may outshine the master. You may climb the ladder and you stand on the roof. You seem higher in height than the ladder, but you are not taller than the ladder in real sense. So you are not greater than the master. You may outshine the master. So this even applies to you, so tomorrow, once you're under a leader, or even today, you shouldn't feel because you've become good, you're better than them. So with this, as a leader, you understand that It doesn't matter how high the people you jump, because you trained them, they always owe it to you. And the fourth thing, quickly, intentionally celebrate others' success, because you understand that we are on the same team and their success will indirectly benefit you. This fourth point is very important, and it's not going to come easy. You are pre-programmed to be jealous, so you have to kind of have a detector in your mind. When you start feeling jealous, you see someone's statues, or you see someone's post, or you just see a colleague and they are getting a promotion or a bonus, and that jealousy starts rising, like a geyser. You quickly have to shut the valve and you force yourself to be happy for them, to celebrate them, to appreciate them. Wow, that's great. Go on. I think you deserve better. You could have done even greater. In short, this is just the beginning. You're going to do much, much better. And once you force yourself to act in joy and celebrating with others, you cause the emotions of joy to spread in you. And because we are on the same team, you're paving the way for your own success. And last but not the least, you have to internalize the purpose of leadership. A problem is that we don't understand the purpose of leadership. If you're a choir head, the purpose of your position there is not just so that you can have good music on Sunday. If you're a team coach, your purpose there is not just so that we can win the next trophy, but the purpose of leadership is to create more and better leaders, not followers. Dr. Miles Monroe said that, like I quoted at the beginning, said, success without a successor is failure in disguise. So every opportunity you get to be in a position of leadership, you get to train people. Think of legacy. Train your own successors, people who will be better and mightier than you, because their greatness only shows how great you are. So the greater the rise, the evidence of how great indeed you are. So those are the 5 steps to becoming a more secure leader, and also to help you contribute in solving this leadership lack problem that we have in our society today. So start today, discover your purpose, rewire your belief system. That's our time in this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. I want to say a big thank you to all our patrons for supporting our work. You too can support this channel by visiting our Patreon page. The link is in the video description below. I am Bodas Djoumessi from Wisdom for Dominion. Thank you for watching, and see you in our next video.